Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, out there in YouTube land. Thank you very much for joining us. I am TheCiroth. We are joined today by TheLazyGeneral.
Hello.
And a friend of ours, Duruial.
Hey, all.
I probably slaughter your name every time I say it.
That's Duruial.
Duruial. Got it.
Yeah.
But you're joining us for one of my first playthroughs of Crusader Kings II. I have 4 hours in the game as of this recording. TheLazyGeneral has 27 hours.
I think I'm at 1189.
So we're tapping into that experience there to help us learn a bit more of the techniques. We are recording this right before the Mystics expansion pack comes out for time frame and for the DLCs that we have listed. I believe we have all the major DLC up until now into this game. So I am playing as Bohemia today. Lazy, what are you playing?
I am playing as Duke Otto of Bavaria.
No relation to the Otis Burks, though. So the Otis and the Otis Burks, right?
Right. No relation to that extraordinarily obscure pop culture reference.
Oh, come on, Superman, it's a classic.
I guess if you're into DC.
And I'm playing as the Duke of Brandenburg.
All right, so we're going to jump into this, and I'm going to hit the...
I should probably ready up.
Yeah, I was going to say, I hit the play button. There was no play button. All right. Initializing the game.
Now, I have not played this game in quite some time. So, this ought to be good, yo.
Yeah. Okay. So imagine much like EU4, you want to be playing on Kingdom mode?
So with your different modes here, if you click on Realms, that's going to give you, you'll see the entire Holy Roman Empire. That's not really going to be very useful for you right now, because obviously your goal is not only to expand outside of this empire, but you also want to expand within. I would suggest if you go to, let's see, if you go down to de jure duchies or de jure kingdoms, that's going to give you an idea of lands near you that you may be interested in. Okay. Your best bet normally is to try and control entireties of duchies. And if you take over a duchy slowly, that's going to allow you to then take the title and try and make a wider claim on the whole duchy.
Okay. So the de jure duchies probably is the map mode we want?
Yeah, that or that's going to give you an idea of where to expand, and then if you look on the bottom line, you'll see direct vassals, and that'll actually show you each of your neighboring duchies, so you can really see who is next to you. Like you'll see where the Holy Roman Empire is actually directly ruled in the middle there.
Yeah.
So direct vassals may be better just for what we're trying to do here.
Okay. So for Lazy, he'd be interested in Swabia or Veronia or even Austria.
So, for Lazy,
I think I'll be pushing south toward Aquileia and Steiermark and the like.
What I would recommend for you, Lazy, is if you click on the top button on de jure kingdoms.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, those are who you want to push.
De jure kingdoms. I was just looking at it. I want us to push down into Aquileia, Steiermark, Osterreich, Znojmo, Kartnan, Crane, and Istria.
Yeah, that's less useful. Oh, go ahead.
Once I get those, then it's kingdom time.
Yeah, that's going to be less useful for you, Ciroth, because you actually start off as Bohemia. You start off with all the land you need for your kingdom.
Okay, so Movia is mine.
It should be. Let me just look real quick.
If you want an easy way to see which lands you own directly, also, you can click on Diplomatic Relations. And that'll show you what is yours.
You have more lands than what you need for your kingdom. You're actually holding some of the land that Lazy needs, so that should be fun.
You can just hand it over. That's fine.
Oh. Okay. Alright, so these things up top.
Yeah.
I have my council.
So, yeah, start with your council. Before you do anything else, you're going to want to actually deploy your council.
Okay.
So, if you look at your counselor, starting with the top one, you've got your chancellor. His middle job is to fabricate claims. So what you want to do with him is click on that button and then click on one of the provinces that you want to conquer. And he'll start the process of trying to get a claim on it. Now, you only need to do that against people you don't already have claims. Like I, for example, as Brandenburg, have a natural ability to go for a holy war against my pagan neighbors. But for you, if you want to, say, expand into Hungary, or you want to expand west into Meissen, you'd want to click on one of those provinces with him to have him start fabricating a claim for you.
Okay, so I would want to click somewhat like a Nitria or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about for Lazy?
For Lazy, any of those provinces he was just talking about that he wants to expand into.
Then he does have 27 hours, so he has probably some clue.
Yeah.
Vague.
Like, I would probably, if I was him, I would probably place it in Aquilia to start. Because that province looks like it has a pretty weak ruler who, once you have a claim, you can easily roll over.
Okay, so if I'm going for Nitratia, how would I tell about the strength of the ruler?
Okay, so if you click on the ruler, bring up his character portrait, which you can do easily by clicking. You can click anywhere on there, click on that person, just click on their liege to see him. On the right-hand side, you'll see his demesne, his vassal limit, and then there's a picture of like a helmet, and that's how many troops that he has at his disposal.
Okay, so I want to go to the liege and look at the liege.
Right. On his character portrait. It can be on the right-hand side of his portrait.
Okay, so it says 1.44K.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you're looking at the right guy. So you're looking at the Duke of Nitria, but if you attack Hungary, you're going to have to fight the king. So you see on right above him to his right-hand side, there's a liege surrounded in gold.
Oh, okay. I just had to go up lieges.
Yeah. So that's the guy that you're going to be fighting.
Okay, so that brings up to 4.4.
Right, and you have an army of about 3.7.
Okay. Yeah.
Obviously, if you can make allies, then this isn't a problem, but I'll explain how you make allies in a second.
Yeah. Back to the court.
There. Back to your court. So after you've placed that guy, your next guy down, the main job that you're probably going to want him to do is research. So the third button there, research military tech. Click that, click on your capital. The other jobs are great. If you need to arrest somebody, you can use that first button to make it easier. If you need more troops, you can use that middle button, but it's kind of hit or miss. If you have nothing else for them to do, have them research military tech, because that's going to obviously give you a bigger advantage in the long run.
Yeah. I'd imagine that the next one is research economic tech.
Yep.
And then build spy network probably in the area I want to go for.
No, so actually what I find to be most useful with the Spy Master is if you click that first button, the scheme button, and then click on your capital, and he'll uncover plots against you so that you can take action before they trigger.
Okay. And the bishop, probably cultural tech?
Yeah, normally cultural tech. Now, if you're playing, in your case, yes, cultural tech. You can also use improved religious relations if you want to build up a better relation with the Pope. That's that third button. In my case, and this is unique to my starting position, I don't have any Catholic provinces, so I'll be clicking that first button, and then clicking to start converting my provinces over to Catholicism.
Okay. Now, go ahead.
The next tab over is going to be your minor titles. These are fun. So your designated regent, that first title, give that to someone that you're going to trust to run your kingdom if you become incapacitated. Normally, I give this to my eldest son, but my oldest son is a child right now, so I can't do that. Your wife is also generally a good choice, but someone that you're going to trust in case you can't run the kingdom to actually run the kingdom.
Okay.
Court physician, you can actually do that if you we'll get to the court physician. Don't actually touch that right now because there's a special
physician can really make a big difference, though.
Yeah, it can, and if you have somebody who you think would be good, who has really high learning, maybe you want to make them that. But there's actually a special event you can trigger to get a court physician.
Okay.
All the rest of these titles that you have here, you want to give these to people who are your vassals who don't like you. Because it improves their relations with you and makes it less likely that they're going to give you problems.
So, like, this guy has -5, and he has a title. He has claims on my titles.
Yeah. Is he landed? I should mention, you don't give titles to people who aren't landed. So if he's not landed, then to hell with him. He's not going to be a threat.
How do I tell if he's landed?
If his portrait is surrounded by something, then he's landed. Like if it has a circle around it.
Yeah, it has a circle with, like,
And what color is the circle?
gray and purple.
So then he is probably a count.
Yes, he's a
So
count.
you probably want to give him something to boost his opinion.
All right, so like
Everybody loves me.
Real quick, so that handles minor titles pretty well. Positions, I forgot to mention something. You may notice that some of your counselors have a fist next to them.
Yes.
Those guys are powerful vassals in your realm, and if they're not on the council, they get a massive negative opinion of you. If they are on the council, with limited exceptions, normally for about 2 years after a character dies, this doesn't apply, but outside of that, they can't join any factions if they're on your council, so they can't rebel.
Okay.
Your third tab is going to show your council, and this is just the same thing. These are the people who have votes. Not everyone who's on the positions is necessarily on your council. Well, I'm sorry, everyone who's in positions is on your council, but you may have other characters on your council as well. They'll be displayed in here.
Okay.
Do you need a breakdown of what the little icons mean?
Malcontent, zealot, that type of stuff?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, so basically, loyalists will always vote with you, malcontent will always vote against you, and the others have specific things they want in order to vote for you.
Yeah.
And if you look at Liege Council, you'll see the exact same thing, and we'll see that apparently the Lazy General is the Chancellor of the Holy Roman Empire.
I am indeed. As it should be. Next, I just need to be Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire.
Oh, and
And
CK2.
then the world!
And CK2 is actually the Marshal of the Empire.
Okay. And... well, you're not on the list.
No, I'm unloved.
We need to make sure you're loved.
Yeah, I'm not powerful enough. But that should handle the council. Do you? What would you like to move on to next?
Okay. So, do I need to worry about any laws right now?
So laws, important things. What is your current law? Like, what's your current succession law say? It's going to be right next to your heir. It'll probably say something like agnatic, cognatic, and then another word.
Gavelkind.
Absolute cognatic.
you're absolute cognatic.
Yeah.
Really? Wow, that's awesome. So absolute cognatic means that you actually, your oldest child, regardless of gender, can actually inherit your title. That could actually be problematic also. What does it say after absolute cognatic?
There is nothing below that?
No, next to it. So it should say, so you're looking at gender laws. Up at the top, next to your heir.
Oh, absolute chronic seniority.
Agnatic seniority. Okay, so actually only males can inherit in yours, but it's seniority, which means the oldest member of your family, not necessarily your child, will inherit your title.
Okay.
It's going to take about 10 years for you to be able to change that, but you may want to change it to Gavelkind, or actually a better one is Primogenitor, so you can just control who gets your title a little bit better. At the top, you'll see a button for the Holy Roman Empire, and in there is where you get to vote for who the next emperor will be.
Ah, okay.
So I'm going to nominate. Who am I going to vote for? Let's see.
Oh, I see. I see. So that's who the successor nomination is all about.
Yeah, you get to nominate somebody to be the next emperor.
I shall nominate me.
You now have the sole vote. I'm going to nominate me.
Okay. So you're the Duke of Brandenburg.
Yes. Now this matters because you see there's a ton of dukes and they all get a vote. So we'll see who they all choose to vote for in the end. Most likely they'll vote probably for the current emperor's son, but they might not. He doesn't actually have any sons right now.
Fine, I'll throw my vote in under Duruial.
La-di-da.
I would lead this empire to greatness, I'll have you know.
Okay.
We'll share it. We'll share it.
Yeah. Under realm laws, you're going to see your investiture. These should apply to the whole realm. Yeah. If you're still on the realm button, these apply to the whole realm. So investiture is free. That means that rulers get to pick bishops if they want instead of letting the Pope do it. Controlled realm inheritance means you can inherit titles outside of the realm. This also means that you could lose titles outside of the realm. Vassals can declare war. Most of these, if you have any specific questions about any of these laws, let me know. And then if you click on your own duchy, you'll see the laws that relate to you. So maybe you have questions about those. One thing I would suggest is revoke title. Set that to allowed if you can. Now, you may have a vote, and that may be a little bit complicated right now because you may have to pay people off to get them to vote the way you want.
Did not have a problem for me.
Good. I think it won't be a problem for me because it's 3 votes that I need, and ties always break in favor of the ruler. So, 3 votes, 2 are already voting the way I want, and mine will make the 3rd. What that does, if you set revoke titles allowed, is kind of obvious, right? It allows you to revoke the title of anyone who rebels against you.
Okay.
Right now, I'm the only one voting on that shit.
Yeah.
I got 1 yay, no nays, 5 abstentions.
Well, they're undecided, so they may vote either way. They'll probably vote no.
They're gonna vote my way. Or they're gonna find themselves having more than their titles revoked. I've chosen to revoke your genitalia.
All right.
These are actually...
there is voting.
All these are the changes that are made in Conclave, so none of this would have happened outside of Conclave.
Oh, okay. So I actually do have to deal with the voting.
Yeah. You'll find that there's a constant back and forth between yourself and your vassals. You will, of course, want to give yourself as much power as possible. Your vassals will feebly attempt to keep that power in check.
And you're also going to want to, as much as possible, keep your vassals weak, because a strong, angry vassal is a problem, but a bunch of weak, angry vassals you can kind of push around. Obligations, this changes how much money or troops people have to give you, and then again, council is how much power your council has. So, rule of thumb, as long as war declaration is a council vote, that thing I said about them not being able to join factions is true. If you give that power to yourself, they can join factions. So if you give them that, if you give yourself that power, you should just abolish the council altogether.
Okay, we'll probably fix that.
Next button over, technology. There's very little you have to do here.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing you'll ever have to do here is when you have enough points in something, you click on one of the little buttons to upgrade your technology.
Okay.
Legalism is a great one to have upgraded, and military organization. Those are probably the two best techs, so you want to make sure that you're upgrading those whenever you can.
Okay. Okay, because I looked at this and I was just upgrading evenly across the board.
Yeah, and it'll do that, but what'll happen is the points go evenly, but then you have to actually press a button to upgrade, and then it resets it for everything you don't upgrade.
Right, I was just clicking through and choosing.
Yeah. No, so military organization is great because it lets you build a bigger standing army. Legalism is great because it actually opens up new laws for you.
Okay. Then the military tab.
Military tab, this is where you're going to raise your troops. Under army levies, you got those two little blue buttons in the middle.
We'll go over this when we need to.
Yeah, okay, great.
Intrigue, do I need to worry about that right now? Does Lazy need to worry about that?
The thing that you both should do on Intrigue right now is to click that little checkbox for recruit court physician. And that's all you need to do right now.
It's not available for me.
If it's not available for you, then just give somebody the title court physician as one of your minor titles.
Already did.
Oh, that's why it's not available.
I've sent messages to scouts to search the realm for skilled physicians.
It's fine. I had a dude who loves me and has like 20 learning, so I'm like, cool.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. Factions. This is where you'll see any factions in your realm that are plotting against you. You can also start or join a faction against the Holy Roman Emperor.
Done and done. No, I don't have any options.
Yeah. And I can now, and then bishops.
Yeah, and then religion, you can appoint bishops. You can also, if you're a high enough ruler, if I was the emperor, you see that little button there, you can make an anti-pope. So that's all that does.
Okay.
Visit.
Now, what buttons do you have available at the top? Because those should all be dealt with before we unpause.
Like the 1 week claim that can be pressed.
Yeah, there's like little circular buttons in the middle.
Like I can claim Hungary.
Really?
Yes.
The whole thing?
It says claim Hungary.
Well, click on that button and it'll probably tell you what the claim is. It may not be your claim, it might be somebody else's claim.
Can be used by the Duke of Bohemia.
To press a claim for who?
Oh, to press Princess Elfoma of Hungary's claim.
Yeah, so what that would do is it would make some person in your court the ruler of Hungary, and they would be independent and you would get nothing from it.
There's no reason to do that then.
No. But those will always be available so you can see, because sometimes there are claims for lower titles, and if you press somebody's claim for a lower title, you get to keep them, generally. There's a lot of ifs.
All
right, I can... Lazy, what do you got? Anything like that?
I cleared mine out already.
Oh, okay.
I've been just chilling, you know.
So, I can ask for help managing my titles.
So you are over your demence limit. I did notice that.
Yeah.
You're way over your demence limit.
Okay.
You might want to try and raise your demence limit. Good lord.
How do I do that? That is something I never understood in my other playthroughs.
You need to increase your stewardship, which your stewardship looks fine, or change the laws to increase centralization. That would actually increase your demence limit.
Okay. So I would go to laws.
Yeah. And then under realm.
Realm.
But you already started a vote for something else, so you probably can't do that right now.
I only have one demens.
Okay, actually, yeah, I can't do anything about that.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So you're in a unique situation anyway, because your current laws are seniority. So what you're going to want to do is probably hand those titles out to a few people, and I would suggest, and I know I said earlier that you should never do this, but probably family members, because the titles are seniority, so they're all going to come back together anyway.
Alright, so that would be... Right, I'd click on... Alright, how do I... Let's see, relations?
Yeah, if you click on your character, bring up his portrait, you'll see a list of characters. Under children, also, I see you have a brother, who's apparently an heir to something, but he doesn't have any land, so maybe you give him a title. But you can do that.
Yeah, he is... He has he's the Chancellor. Heir to the country of Borneo.
Yeah, that's fine.
I hereby confer upon you the title of World's Coolest Brother.
Should I give one to my son?
It's always a tough decision. It's always a tough decision. I mean, I would... here's actually a trick I like to use. And this generally works pretty well for making weak vassals that you can manage easily. If on the bottom you click the Find Character button, you'll have a bunch of things here. So like gender, men, ruler, no, religion, my religion, culture, my culture, great house, no.
Religion, my religion, my culture.
Yeah.
Great house. No.
No.
I have nothing there.
Nothing.
Oh, Min. There we go.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, these guys here are all going to be relatively weak. And if you click search vassals, it's even better, because this way you can actually look at their courts. So find men there. And what you're going to find is that these are people who have no other claim to anything.
So the red circle.
The red circle?
Around the portrait?
Yeah, click on their portrait, yeah. Right-click on them, and you can go ahead and grant landed title, and just give them a title.
Grant landed title. Does it matter?
Yes, it does. Remember how I talked about de jure duchies?
Yeah.
Keep as much of the land as you can in your duchy, so hand out lands that are outside of your de jure duchy.
Okay.
Like for you might want to give away Herotic, for example.
Okay. Oh, okay, I see it now.
But as much as possible, try to keep your land in your duchies.
And I probably should give it to somebody who likes me?
Ideally.
I like you.
Again, your brother might be a good choice, and beyond him, I would say give it to people who have nothing else to their name, because they're not going to have as much support to try and take it back, not for a while anyway.
Okay. Alright, well,
If you want to just hand out, you're well over. You're at 4 of 2. If you just want to be at 3 of 2, that's probably going to be good. Because the thing is, the further you're over your defense limit, the more penalties you take. But you can be a little bit over. Wow, Ducato of Bavaria has like no land.
apparently I can't give out these last four. One of these last fours.
Okay. Does it give you a reason?
Can only have 10% countries in vassal republics. Currently one. I already gave one out. One away.
Okay. So you actually gave it out to a republic. That's a mayor. That's fine. That's fine. What you did was you gave it to somebody who already had a city. You did check ruler no, right?
Oh, ruler any.
Yeah, you want ruler no.
Oops.
That's fine. You just created a little republic, but it's not a big deal. It can actually be a benefit, because they may end up, if he may ends up making money, he'll end up paying more taxes, so...
There we go, okay.
You are limited to only 10% of republics or theocracies. Both of those have the benefit that, especially theocracies, you can make a lot of money off them.
All right, I think I just lost my steward.
That's fine. Just go to council and appoint a new one.
Position, steward. Does it matter who?
Highest stewardship stat is what you want. So whoever has the highest stewardship.
Okay.
Unless there's somebody with a fist, because then you may just want to, you know, get somebody who's not going to rebel against you.
Alright, I am good then.
Okay, you have no more buttons at the top?
Oh, I have plenty. I have... Alright,
Okay.
so... I can pick an ambition.
Yep, so ambitions, if you click on that, underneath your culture, where it probably says something like German or Bohemian, there's a little button you can click there to pick a character focus. Oh, I'm sorry,
okay.
You're doing ambition first. You're doing ambition first.
Yeah,
ambition is actually
same button.
it's on, yeah, well, yeah, the same row.
Yeah.
Yeah, pick an ambition. I don't know how to advise you here.
I'm gonna groom an heir.
I was gonna say grooming an heir is probably the best one to start off with.
Yeah. And then pick a focus.
Yep. For you, goodness, you have an 18. So pick one of those. They all have benefits. Hunting. You know what? These are almost things you have to learn on your own here when it comes to these, because they all have cool story events.
Yeah.
And there's none of them are particularly... The only one that's more powerful than any other is intrigue, because you can use that to destroy vassals you don't like.
I'm going to choose intrigue.
But any of them are great. Hunting is nice because it gives you a health boost, which is really cool.
You know, we'll go hunting. I can grant more special titles, and 4 children lack focus.
That's because, I don't know if you've looked, but you have so many children.
Yes. I saw.
You horny little bastard.
Uh-huh.
Giving children, you click on the child. Same thing as picking a character focus for you. You just click on the child and then pick a focus for them. I find etiquette is always a good one. Thrift is always a good one. And struggle is always a good one.
All right, and then we can arrange things for him.
Yes, oh yeah, that's also where you can arrange marriages and such. That's an important thing, and I should have mentioned this a little while ago. Well, it's not that important that I had to mention it immediately. Anyway, alliances in this game are handled through marriage. If you want to ally with someone, the way to do it is to marry a member of your family, ideally a child, to a member of their family, ideally a child. This gets you an alliance, but it has the counter effect of giving that person down the line a claim on your titles.
Or giving you the Kingdom of England.
As it did for the general. So, for example, I have a daughter. I'm going to arrange her betrothal to, let's see, Vladislav Primislid, your youngest son.
Okay, so if I'm, let's say, the Duke of Nanos, or Nardados, I should say, is that a good choice for a daughter?
Daughters can be tricky. Now, you want to use them to get good alliances. In your case, the Duke of Nanos, not really, because you really want alliances within your lands, within the Empire mostly.
Okay.
Just because they're going to be more used. the Duke of Nanos isn't going to be able to help you, basically.
All right. Would I know what I'm looking at here?
So you've clicked on the child.
Yes. I have the spouse window open.
Okay, and you clicked on those little rings. You didn't click on husband, right? Did you click on the arrange betrothal button?
Yes.
Yeah, so the Duke of Nidaros, you can see he's Norwegian.
Italian, Bulgarian, Castilian.
A couple of Basque. You probably want to make alliances within your kingdom. How old is she? 1 year old? That should be a good match for my son, but I already sent you a match.
Oh, you sent me a match?
I did. You'll probably get it when we unpause.
Oh, I have it.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? Sure.
I'm sending one to the general as well. Oh, look. So, now that you've done that, I'm going to make you do the next step instead of me doing it, so that you learn how to do it.
Okay.
And actually, you both can do it now, because you've both accepted. If you were to click on my character and right-click on him, you could say form alliance. Now that we have children betrothed to one another, we have a non-aggression pact. Once you have a non-aggression pact, you can form an alliance with that person. Great. Now we actually have an alliance, so we can in fact help each other in wars.
So do we have a three-way?
No, actually, the way this alliance is currently set up, you are both allied to me, but neither of you are allied to one another. So if you wanted to ally to, let's say that TheCiroth, you want to ally with the TheLazyGeneral, the way you would do that is by sending one of your children to marry one of his children.
Okay. And then I can now ally here.
Yep.
Alright, so now we have a three-way alliance.
Yeah.
And this video has gone on for 37 minutes.
Good lord.
I think, have we covered most of the basics?
That is, the very next thing you would do at this point is unpause the game.
Alright, I think this is a good point to say thank you all for joining us. I hope you've learned as much as I have. I am TheCiroth. Make sure you like and subscribe to both myself and the TheLazyGeneral. Good night, everybody.
Good night.